37. Targeting red cedar trees in controlled burns affects the animals that live on the prairie mostly by. Okay, so what's the effect on the animals of targeting red cedar trees? Okay, so let's be careful we understand affects the animals, and that's the targeting the trees. So I recall that was up in and around here. One common target of controlled burns, paragraph 4, at the preserve in the surrounding area is the invasive red cedar tree. A single cedar tree can consume up to 40 gallons of water per day, taking this resource away from other plant life. That's a lot of water. These tall trees can cast shade that prevents sunlight from reaching the plants beneath them. The fast-growing red cedar trees tend to crowd out prairie grass, the primary food source for wild and domestic animals. Okay, so the answer is the trees take away the food source for animals because we're worried about animals. So let's go back and see the answer choice works here. A, ensuring that the animal's main food source has the conditions needed for it to thrive. Yes, that's correct. The trees take away the primary food source. B, endangering the animals that live near the trees scheduled for removal. Well, hold on. The trees scheduled for removal, they get burned down, not necessarily removed. And endangering the animals, that's absolutely incorrect. That is not why they target red cedar trees, to endanger the animals. That's the exact opposite of what makes sense. C, making sure that the water supply for the animals is sufficient. Well, it did mention they drink 40 gallons a day or some large amount, and that's part of the reason they want to get rid of them. But this is the wrong object. Remember, we're switching things in and out. Always be careful of your subject and object. The water supply took away from the other plants and not the animals directly. So C is incorrect. That could catch a lot of students who don't notice that different subject. It's the animals, not the plants, that the water supply takes away from. D, reducing the animal's natural source of shade and protection from the elements. Again, it's not the animals that got shade. It was the prairie grass or the grass that grew below the trees that got shaded out and killed away. So removing the cedar trees helped that grass, the other plants, grow. And that was all the food for the animals. So that's why we target the red cedar trees relative to the animals and the effect on the animals, which is the question.